Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome to Student of Life podcast with your host, Akosepepra. Thank you very much for being here again. If you are new, a big welcome to you. This podcast focuses on a journey through our life and also on a focus on holistic living as well. Now, today's episode is going to be about remaining aware of yourself, right? And I'm going to dive into it in a different kind of way, but just to put it, it's basically about self-awareness. I don't want to waste any time. Let's go straight into this episode. If you do not kill it, it will kill you. If you do not kill it first, it will kill you. And what am I talking about? What am I saying? What's going to kill you? What's inside of you? That thing you have right in here, it will kill you. Right up there, it will kill you. It's one thing to know about, your traumas, to know about the things, they need to heal from, to know about your problems and stuff. But it's another thing to really understand why you need to deal with it. A lot of people are aware, even if nobody else knows, or you haven't told anybody, I haven't had that conversation with anybody outside, where you're wrong. You know the personality traits that you have that's toxic, you know it. Even if you do not want to admit it to yourself, or you find a way to tell yourself that, it's just the way I am, or whatever, you know deep down that isn't right. You know your traumas, you know the parts of yourself that is just ugly. It's ugly. And it's okay to have those parts. But what makes it dangerous, it's when it's going to kill you. You have so much anger. Oh my God. You have so much pain. So much sadness. You have this fire of negativity that's boiling inside. That's been boiling inside of you for so long that it's become a normal thing for you. You have so much jealousy that's built up inside from whatever reasons are. You only know it. Only you know the reasons why you have this much jealousy, so much envy towards these kind of people or this person. Only you know it, right? But you have it so deep bedded within that you do not even see how it's killing you. How it's manipulating certain parts of your life to just crumble. And that's why I say that if you do not kill it first, it will kill you. Let me tell you my story, okay? Let me get personal with y'all. Because you actually understand the importance of this really good. One thing maybe that I realized, right? And I've always been aware of it, but at the same time, I've kind of just put it at the back burner, it's just one of my, kind of thing. Always it's alright, it's okay. I do not have to control it. I don't misuse or anything, but I had a lot of anger within me, right? And that anger, I had to understand, I knew where it was coming from. I did. I didn't know 100%, but I knew, this is where it's probably coming from, okay? Just you know as well. I had a lot of anger, I had a lot of and that anger came from pain. The thing with anger is you're not just angry for any reason, it comes from pain. Things you've been through, things you've seen, what people have said to you, what people have done to you. The things you have to endure, the survival mode you have to go through to get to where you are now, or to just so that you don't feel hurt again. I had so much pain inside that I turned into anger. So once anybody even disrespected me a little bit, even if they didn't mean it, anytime somebody said something that's wrong to me, even if they didn't really mean it, or they didn't really mean in that kind of way, I got triggered really easily. Because every single little thing that somebody said to me that didn't sit well with me, and every little thing maybe somebody was even, maybe again they didn't even mean it that kind of way, that deep, that kind of way. But I took it so personal. I took it you're attacking me. You're attacking me. The person maybe not even be attacking me. They're just attacking one sector of me, or something that they feel yeah, this isn't it. I think you're attacking me, your whole me. And I'll have this rage and this anger inside of me. There's and if that anger would then turn into sadness at the end, then it would just turn into again me just bleeding pain. And I always kept it inside for so long, and I know where it comes from. It comes from my childhood. It comes from me not really speaking up when people used to do things to me, right? When people used to say certain things to me, family, like, say things to me, things that I felt like, nah, people, my family can't say that to me. They can't say this to me. They can't say that to me. And if they're saying it to me, that means, like, that means everybody out there can just think that of me. And I never dealt with it, alright? I never dealt with it. I never really understood it. When you're younger, you don't think about that kind of stuff. It hurts you. You know, you feel the pain. But you don't know that you're going to grow up, it's going to affect you like this. You don't know. Or it's, it's going to turn into this thing, and then it's going to just keep your life in this circle mode. You don't know that. So I walk around with this shell of just very protective, very cautious all the time, very always like, and it got to a point I started to see the kind of toll it's taken on me. I started to see that this anger that I have in me, this impulsiveness to, like, this temper, that's how I'd say that. It was just a temper, right? This thing to always just be, I don't know if you know the words. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I just always had to feel like I had to defend. I was so defensive. I can now say like that, and even now I'm living 100% there, yeah. But now I can say, like, yo, I'm in a better place now. I'm more like, I went like, nah, don't step into that. Let that go. So I was so defensive. I was just a defensive person when it came to certain things, like, and no one ever knew. No one ever knew because because I was so aware, like, this is where it was, like, anything. I used to play in a way where it was like, I don't even know the words for it. Maybe, like, I used to put a thing on it was like, oh, kind of hurt, like, you just hurt me, or like, you just disrespected me, kind of thing. And it got to a point I had to really understand, like, it's not just disrespect or someone disrespecting me, like, you take it as that way because you jump into your defense, because you try to protect yourself, because you feel like the person's going to cause you more pain, or, they're going to do something, even if that's not what they meant, they're not really, that's not what they're trying to do, or that's not where they're trying to go. You like, quickly, impulsively jump onto that, and then you attack. That's what I'll do. Like, I'll really quickly shut it down. Like, before you could say anything else, before you could do anything, I'll shut you down, I'll cut you off. I'll just, dealing with that. And not dealing with that equals to you not dealing with exactly what's inside of you. So what I had to do was look inside of me and to realize that, yo, you are so hurt. You are so pained. You have so much anger in you that you are so triggered easily by any little thing somebody says to you. And that means you give your power to people. People can trigger you like that. People can get some reactions out of you. And I had to realize that nah, bruh. You can't, no one's gonna have that power over me. Even when they didn't even try to, I've given them that power. When people see that they have this thing of you, they have the power of you, they can take it and just run with it. I was like, nah, we're not doing that. And that's when I had to go backwards and really understand, like, where is this coming from? Now I do, but then I didn't. I was like, where is this coming from? Why so much? I just had to sit down. What I did was I sat down, right, and I listed all of the bad things about me, all of the ugly things about me, my anger, my temper, me being quite defensive at times and things like that. I had to list that and be very honest with myself, not trying to sugarcoat things, not trying to give excuses, not trying to, give you whatever. No, list it down, like, this is that, this is that, this is that, this is that. And I just sit down, right, and be like, yeah. And even the ones that, that wasn't automatically, like, linked to anger or linked to, like, being hurt, I understand, like, where's that coming from too? Why do you do that? Oh, it's because you really just want to prove a point. Or you really like this because you just want to prove a point. And it also comes from hurt. Because you've been hurt. You've been made to feel like you always have to prove yourself or prove a point. Not to yourself, but to other people. So they feel like, yeah, this is the reason you're doing this is why this is that. So everything, I realized that all of the ugly sides of me actually link back to, again, pain and hurt. And I had to really realize that, yo, if you do not kill this thing, it is going to kill you. It is going to block your shine at some point. It is going to spoil your relationship with people. It is going to, hinder you from getting to a certain level because you just can't seem to get over your pain and your hurt, to drop it. You can't seem to take that cape off. You're walking around wearing this cape of armor of like, ugh, survival mode. You're living in survival mode all the time. And I remember I made a thread here about it where I was like, a note to myself: we're not living in survival mode, we're living in now. We're thriving and happy now. We're living in thriving mode and living, just like really living. Not living in survival mode. We've exited that. And I was able to make that post, right, once I've always realized, like, I've dealt with it, I've gone through the thing, right? Well, I've gone to a certain place where I can actually, like, put that out even into the world. It is so important for you to do that thing. I was living in survival mode for so many years. I was living in shelter mode, like, had to shell, so protective over myself. And you have to be protective. I'm not saying you don't have to be protective over yourself, but that overly protective over yourself is going to draw a lot of things back away from you. It's going to draw a lot of people away from you because you're so much in this bubble which you sit in that pain and the hurt of your past. Don't allow that, your past, your pain, your mistakes, your hurt, what people have done to you, what you've gone, what you have to endure, to block you of your higher self, of the person that you are made to be. Don't let it define you. It's okay to drop it, because if you don't kill it, it will kill you. And some of you right now, as I'm speaking, you're like, damn, it's already been killing me. I had to realize that it was killing me already. It was killing me already. And I was like, if I don't stop it now, it's going to kill me even more in bigger places. It's going to show up in places I don't want it to show up at. Right now, I've been able to, keep it, in that thing and really contribute. People don't even realize that this is high. I'm like, oh, this is what I've kind of gone through. Or this is the kind of pain I hold inside. People don't even realize it because I don't put it out. But at some point, it's going to be out because it's just not. The devil. And one thing I want you guys to understand is, the devil will play on it. You see the way you're thinking, like, you've been able to keep it below, like how I used to keep it down there. You have to control it a bit more. You don't really know it's that side. No one really understand or really has really seen it like that or really understand it like that. The devil will use it against you at your biggest moment, your biggest breakthrough, your biggest moment. Because you haven't dealt with it, you haven't killed it, the devil will use it to kill you. I'm telling you, listen to me as I'm speaking to you. Listen to me. Like, I need you guys to listen. Not just to listen, but to listen to understand what I'm saying to you. I'm giving you my personal story. I've just told you, like, I was that person. And I'll say, like, I've literally, like, dealt with it 80%. I still got 20% to go. Right? And it's taking me months to, like, almost, like, I'll say a year. Because I realized about me, like, almost 2 years ago. Right? And it's taken me almost a year to deal with 80% of it. And I still got 20% to go. So I'm encouraging you to start now. Do not postpone it. Do not think I can deal with it. I can just maneuver it throughout life with it. The devil will use it to play against you in your biggest breakthrough. The time that God has said that this is your thing, this is you shine. Oh, the devil will bring it all out of you, right? In that moment, you embarrass yourself. You will miss opportunities. You will miss your destiny helper. People that God has sent to help you, you will just misuse them. Because right there, that fire of negativity, of toxic that's been brewing inside of you for so long, that has been dealt with, it will just like come out of you and just like overpower you. The way you think, oh, I've been controlling it, you don't have to control it anymore. Because now a negative force has come in to manipulate it even more, to even turn up that fire more. And now you won't be able to control it. And it's only when it kills you, when it kills the opportunity, when it kills that relationship, when it kills that friendship, when it kills that thing that you really want, that's when you wake up. And I don't want you to wait till that point. You don't need to. Don't let the devil in. Nah. Again, do not let your pain and your past and your hurt, your pains win. Don't allow it to win. Don't allow it to win. And I encourage you today, exit survival mode. I was in survival mode for so long because I had to grow up proving a lot to myself and to people. I lived in, I've since I was probably 14, there's some of the decisions that I made with my life, some of the things I decided, like, this is what I want to do, and I stand up on it. This is who I am, and I understand who I am. I'm that young, but I understand this is what I'm supposed to do. I understand that this is the decision I want to make, and I'm standing up on it. I had to do that, and a lot of people around me didn't agree with it, e.g. my parents. So I always was living in this mode of, like, I could prove them wrong. I could prove them wrong. I could prove them wrong. I could prove that, yo, I made the right decision. I'm going to prove that, yo, this is it. And you living in this cycle of, like, really it's pain, because you're pained that this person understands you, that this person you really wanted to understand you, like your parents, like, they don't understand you, like, they kind of label you this way, and you have that pain, and you get to a point that you forget that you are not just proving something to someone, you are living with that anger of, like, having to even prove yourself, because you don't really want to, but you feel like you have to. So it's create this anger inside of you. It's so much. It's so much. And yours can come from family, yours can come from friends, it can come from anywhere, it can come from the situation that happened. That thing now lingers inside of you, right? I need you to just go backwards, sit down, write it down, all of your ugly sides of you. All of the things inside of you that you know you do that is not right. That other people may have told you is not right. Or maybe you know, maybe other people haven't realized it, but you know deep down that this is, I know I do this and this should really, I shouldn't be. Or, you know, this part of me is really not it. And let's sit down after, then go deeper into it, like, why are these parts of me like that? What really causes it? Is it jealousy that I have? Is it anger that I have? Is it my temper? Is it sadness? What is it, you know? Is it always, I can't let go of things? Like, what is it? Is it people pleasing? Want to always please people? What is it? And what does it link to? Where did it start from? Go back to the genesis of it. And once you've done, it might take you a couple of days, it might take you a week to really dive into it, to understand it. And once you do, start working on it. And when you're praying, right? And when you're meditating, also and I want to say something, when you pray, I want people to realize, like, I know a lot of my listeners also, you guys meditate, because there's supposed to be a lot of you, and you're also praying and everything. Prayer is when you're speaking to God. That's right there, that's your communication with God, right? And meditation, right there, is your communication with yourself, with your spirit. Is you diving in, is you being silent and just, like, allowing yourself to breathe. That's connecting with your spirit, your soul. That's meditation. There's a difference between meditation and prayer, okay? So when you're meditating, it's for you to go within and really ask yourself those questions, like, where is this coming from? Why is this? And asking yourself, like, yeah, what is this? Why? And dive in deep and be honest, be transparent. Do not try to hide from yourself. Do not try to, sugarcoat yourself. No. You're doing yourself disadvantage right there. Lying to your own self. Be honest with yourself. And then when you're praying to God, pray that, God, whatever is inside of me that can kill me, even if I don't know, even if I'm not aware of it right now, whatever it is, Lord, reveal it to me. And if you are aware, you already know, like, oh, I have this. This is this and this and this and that. Say it, oh God, I'm a people pleaser. I'm this. I have so much anger. I have so much of that. You know it. I know it. Maybe other people around might not even realize it, but God, you know it, because you see inside of me. And I know it. Please, send your spirit to kill this thing that's inside of me. Send your spirit to guide me, to mold me, and to help me to deal with this as well, the best way, so that I can kill this negative fire that is brewing inside of me before it kills me, so that the devil can't use you against me when you want to give me my breakthrough. And that is how you do it. So I really encourage you to do that today, and I really hope this episode really, like, helps you, educates you, and also inspires you to go on that journey of that awareness, and also educate you on that this isn't it. It's not it. Living in your past, living in your pain, and, like, holding it, walking with this, being so proud of it, it's not it. I'm really grateful for you guys staying all the way to the end. This is all I have for you today. And I know some of you are going to be triggered. Some of you are going to really feel it, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every time I talk, some of you guys can probably even relate to my you guys will be like, that's exactly what I went through. Some of you guys want is different, other things. And I hope that, from today, you really start on this journey of, like, figuring out exactly, like, what is inside of me that's going to kill me. Because I need to kill it before it kills me. Thank you guys for staying again all the way to the end. Super appreciative. And I'll see you guys very soon. Mwah.